Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm doing the second half of my What Sold videos, which will be for last weekend. Check my notes. January 5th through the 7th, so Friday through Sunday, was a really good weekend of sales. Compared to this weekend, not so great. Not so great, but just got to keep doing what we're doing. Running sales, sending out offers, end and sell similar every single day, and it should just, the ebbs and flows, ups and downs. You're going to hear me say that so often. We cannot control these types of things. All you can do is, keep your eBay account in good standings, get your stuff shipped out in a timely manner, and, keep listing. I am busy. I'm starting to see a little bit of change, but it's encouraging when you start seeing some of your piles getting smaller and smaller. And then hopefully I can move on to the next little project. But I have got to force myself not to go all squirrel, because I'll work on something and then it redirects me to go somewhere else. And then I see something there and then nothing gets done. So I'm trying to force myself right now to do my one-touch pile that just keeps accumulating right by me when I'm working. I bring a whole bag of stuff over to my work area, and then I list, and then I keep picking up stuff that either needs tested, needs, a spot clean, just kind of blah, and I'd rather be doing something else. And I'm trying to force myself to pick this item up and do something with it. And that's the name of the game right now. But I'm getting tons listed, and I'm getting a whole lot of back listings, so that I'm going to have tons to list. And anytime I get upstairs, I'm trying to list, a couple. I do my 25 every morning, but I've decided anytime I get upstairs and I'm at my computer, maybe I'll list another one or two or three. And I'm trying to get a lot listed. All right. Let's do, well, you know what? I don't do this very often. Let me go ahead and do this. If you're new to my channel, I have been selling on eBay since 1999. So this year will be 25 years. Pretty much most of the time has been full-time. I did have short little lapses in judgment and actually got jobs. A job outside of the home, and decided this wasn't for me, and I came back. But when Robert and I got married, probably within a year and a half of getting married, we both ended our full-time jobs to homeschool our kids and to do online reselling in full-time. But yeah, we took a big leap of faith, and it has paid off for us extraordinarily. Right now, I'm cross-listing to 3 platforms. I was at one point, probably 6 other platforms. I tried Facebook Marketplace for a while. Something changed there, and my orders just plummeted, and I was just getting too many scam stuff. So I quit doing that. I was doing Bonanza, had a couple of issues where they kept sending me Veros and threatening emails about closing my account down. Fine, I'll close my account down. Etsy is about to end. I've got listings that go through the end of February, and then I'm not going to be cross-listing to there anymore. Mercari's on the fence. Mercari is definitely one of those that I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick with it. I didn't have anything that weekend for Mercari, but I am trying to do more with Poshmark. But eBay is always going to be my first love. It is the platform that I make the most money on, I do the most sales on, and I love it. I love eBay. I've been with them through every one of these changes that they keep doing, and you just gotta play the game, and that's what it is to me. It's a game as far as doing, just following along with all of the things that they do, and some of it's good, some of it's not so good. But I love what I do. I love my life. And then we started this YouTube channel probably a little more than 2.5 years ago, I think. It's just kind of flown by. So that's just a little bit about me. So let's get to this. One sale on Poshmark that weekend, which it was a nice sale. These have been listed for quite a while. I actually picked them up at the Goodwill bins in Asheville. It's been a while, and they sat and waited. But finally sold. These are Disney Parks Hidden Mickey Duffy Bears Shelly May Valentines. And sold on Poshmark for $50. And then eBay, because that was it for the other platforms. Do you see why I love eBay? eBay is the best platform, especially for what I sell, which is a majority of stuffed animals. All right, first thing is Carter's Gray Dog Plush, sold for $20.21. Aurora People Pals, this is a Siberian Tiger, sold for $11.66. Also, if you're new to my channel, I do not do free shipping. I tried it 1 year, made more sales, made less profit. So I don't think it's worth it. That is my business choice. But when I say this sold for $11.66, the buyer did pay additional for shipping. Angry Birds Red Plush 9-inch, so the larger one, sold for $8. Recycled glass dish square bowl, all of the above, sold for best offer of $20. Animal Adventure, love that brand, but for the most part, it is bread and butter for me. You know, maybe I'll pick that one as to be one of my brand videos. I'm due to make one. I may change my mind, but maybe I'll try that one and see what comes up. This one, Orange Rabbit, was from 2017, sold for $8.06. Bread and butter, y'all. Bread and butter. This is a viewer sale, so thank you so much, Sherry. Sherry bought this item and 2 more. She bought this Walmart Black Baboon, sold for $26.95. And then she bought this Thai Gorilla plush for $12.07. And she grabbed this up right after I had found the second doll and added her to the lot. These were called Eugene Chubbykins dolls, and they sold for $22.45. So thanks again, Sherry. All right, Hallmark Pepe Le Pew musical plush, sold for $13.50. Snoopy Beagle plush. This is one of the vintage little 3-inch, sold for $10. Y'all, when sales are slow, I encourage you to accept most offers. You know, as long as it's not ridiculous $1 and $2 offers, which, yes, I get them. And I just counter usually about $1 less than whatever my item is listed for. I don't decline them. I will go ahead and counter. Sometimes I'll counter it like $1 less and say this is the best I can do. And then if they counter offer a ridiculous number again, then I will decline. I don't block them. Yes, they're annoying, but I don't block those types of buyers. I save my blocks for anybody who purchases something from me and never pays for it, anybody who makes a transaction not fun for me, you know, anybody who opens ridiculous returns, but that's mostly it. And I have hundreds, if not 1,000 blocked buyers, but I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't ever remove somebody from it. So, but annoying offers, I don't usually block them. Lego minifigures. I bought a bunch of Legos and started pulling everything, all the minifigures out, and then made them into lots. This was the Looney Tunes, Lola, Bunny, and Sylvester Cat, sold for $11.61. Columbia Chillin' Fleece Pullover, sold for $24.68. Russ Yomiko Chocolate Lab Dog sold for $13.69. Commonwealth. Love that brand, especially the vintage stuff. This is a Rottweiler dog plush from 2001, sold for $23.41. Kermit the Frog, Muppets from Space, little keychain clip-on plush, $8.96. I just had listed that, so it was a very quick sell. More of the items from the Wizard of Oz. I think I have 2 in this weekend of sales. These were the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, Wizard of Oz ornament, sold for $20. Now, I bought a little stapler and these staples. It was a vintage stapler. It ended up having issues, but I was pleasantly surprised when I checked just this box of staples, and it was selling at a reasonable price. I ended up taking a best offer of $15 for 1 box of staples. Funny story is, I think I picked up 4 or 5 more of these Little Tikes plastic balls for replacements this trip. They're in the bags that I haven't gotten to yet, because I was just going to go ahead and get this one that was listed all by itself and do a lot, bump the price up. And then, of course, this single ball sold for $7.15. Wrangler men's jeans. We pick up a lot of them and we sell a lot of them, y'all. Usually we can get them either in filler bags or $1, maybe $2 at yard sales. And this one sold for $12.16. Disney Parks Eeyore Pillow Pet Plush sold for $18.19. Love the Winnie the Pooh stuff. DC Comics Multiverse Batman. I knew I had a Superman that went with him. It got buried. Found it. And Batman sold. Of course. So this Batman figure sold for $10. I think that's about what I'll be listing the Superman for also. Chosun. Love that brand. That is the heart-to-heart bears that I love picking up, but this was one of the Big Feet monkey plush, sold for $12.07. Build-A-Bear. This, anytime I find the costumes to the Paw Patrols, I tend to pick them up. This is just Chase's backpack, and it sold for $9.95. This sold very quickly also. These were vintage pound puppies. Little like, I think in the video I call this a Dalmatian. This isn't a Dalmatian. I don't even know what I was thinking. I think it's some kind of like Springer Spaniel or something like that. But I washed it and it had a stain on the back of its neck that did not come out. Still sold, I think, within a day of listing it for an offer of $10. Webkins and Littlekins cat plush. I picked up a bunch of these when I picked up that 1,200 plush lot from Kim. I ended up putting the Webkins in lots by like farm animals or forest animals or cats and dogs. This one sold for $17.95. I still pick them up, but I will be putting them in lots like that. I think I have found like 3 of these in just the last year or so. This might be the first one that sold. It could be the second maybe. But this is My Little Huggy Pup plush. It went with the first book club's stuff from Scholastics. Just a plush to go with the book. I always tell you guys, definitely pick them up when you find them. A lot of times you'll see like the publisher's name on the tag. Sometimes it's Scholastic. Sometimes it's like Merrymakers. There's several different ones that I almost instantly know that they are a book plush. But this one sold for $17.95. Talbot's women's sweater plush sold for $15.94. Dandy red dog plush sold for $24.22. Most dandy are my bread and butters. I like picking them up just because a lot of times they are seasonal or character plush. Very nice quality, but this one did quite well for me, $24.22. I don't remember where I picked this up. More than likely at a estate sale, because they were very fragile. To me, they felt fragile. This are Arcopal Honorine dinner plates, a set of 3, sold for $48.56. Fisher-Price Little People Zoo Base. I need to do that with some of these other. These are just base houses. You guys probably can't see them, but I have other of the like houses, the castle, the barn, the merry-go-round of my Little People sets. I need to get them listed, but they're so large. But now that I've changed my prices to only charge the buyer my amount, the commercial amount, I'm starting to sell more of my large items. This was the 916 Zoo Base, and it sold for $16.12. I tend to pick these up a lot of times, mostly for what's in them, where I can sell the animals or the figures very quickly. I grabbed this at an estate sale. Again, I think I was going to use it for my Little People figures that are right over there, my Christmas ornaments. But again, they were too heavy for it, so I couldn't find any gold colored tinsel mini trees. So I kind of just threw a big price out on it, and it probably sold within a month. I got an offer for $32, and I thought, yeah, I probably paid like $2 or $3 at an estate sale. Make it gone. Make it gone. America We Go, which is now also Fiesta. This is a frosted gray bear. It was called Begging Bear on the tag. Sold for $21.83. Folkmanis Finger Puppets sold for $13. Wrangler, again, men's jeans. These did have the original paper tags on them. Sold for $15. Walmart Little Brown and White Cat sold for $8.02. Kids of America, don't pick it up a whole lot unless it's something that just is cute or a character. But this one sold for $11.66. This also came from the estate sale where I bought a bunch of the Wizard of Oz. These were Hallmark Itty Bitties, and they sold for $20.20. Inesco cat figure ornaments made of porcelain. 2 little cats, one on a red shoe, one on a candy cane, sold for best offer of $25. Inesco is definitely something to keep your eyes out for. This was Logo Lori Goldstein women's sweater, $12. I think I picked this up in that lot of clothes that I bought when I bought the Jenny Kane sweater. So it took a while. Actually, I don't think it got listed till recently, so it didn't take a whole long time, but it took me a while to get it listed. Now this has been listed for a very long time. Finally sold, thank goodness. It was a Walt Disney World candy dish with the gold emblem on it. Sold for $13.78. Carter's Pink Elephant Rattle Lovey. Love the Loveys. Most of them are bread and butter. This one sold for $10.45. Flint 10-inch skillet frying pan. It is stainless steel, made in the USA. Sold for $24.25. Y'all, anytime you're at a thrift store or a yard sale and you pick up pots and pans and they are heavy and they are marked stainless steel, definitely check the comps. A lot of them do very well. Even like the Revere wear that have the copper bottoms, definitely check the comps. Sometimes they do really well, and then other times the market just gets really saturated and it takes a while to sell them. So always check the sell-through rate on these types of things when you're purchasing them. Regal La Machine food processor. Again, we buy lots of small appliances that are vintage and we part them out. This was just the little bowl that went on the food processor, $8. Just Play Spirit riding free horse little figure. The fact that it had its saddle was a bonus. A lot of times when I pick up these figures, they don't have any of their accessories, and I end up usually putting them in lots. But this one from 2017 sold for $10. Some more of the vintage Christmas ornaments. I paid $5 for a whole tote of them. I probably listed not even a fourth of them. Still have tons sitting over there. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Lots of just plain balls that had lots of condition issues. So I'm just on the fence what I'm going to do with them. But these three sold for $22.45. The last of the Wizard of Oz stuff for this weekend's sales. This was the game Find It. There was a list of things that you had to like shake the bottle around to find the little figure that represented these items. It sold for $31.45. Jellycat Pink Pig Plush. Like I said, a lot of them are just bread and butter. This one sold for $12.11. American Girl doll outfit. I tend to find a lot of these on non-American Girl dolls at the bins, and usually when I do, I just go ahead and take the clothes off. They didn't belong with that doll anyway, and then sell them as little individual outfits. This one sold for $9.86. Always check the doll clothes on dolls, because I find vintage CP Cabbage Patch Kids. I find American Girl stuff on just, other dolls. All right, last item. I sold my Teddy Ruxpin. Now, once I tested him, I realized his mouth wasn't working. Just his eyes moved. The tape player, which is a big thing, was working. The eyes were moving, but the mouth was not. So it could have sold for like $120, $150 because he was in excellent condition, if he had been working. I listed him for $89.95. I think when he went on sale, he sold very quickly for $80.95. It was a Friday or I think a Friday when it sold. And I went ahead and held on to him because Robert reminded me that I probably should send the buyer a message, basically asking him if he understood that he was not working completely. I stated in the listing, eyes move, but mouth does not move. Tape player works. I had a video showing that his mouth isn't working, but we all know they don't always look at the pictures or read the descriptions. So I waited the whole weekend and he never responded to my messages, because even though it says right here shipping was $11.49, that was if you ship to yourself. I don't know if you guys, everybody understands that when it's showing the shipping on this screen, it's because it's my address that it's quoting for. His shipping was actually almost $40. So I wanted to make sure that he understood it wasn't fully functioning, because I don't want to have to pay a return on this. Well, he never responded. So I went ahead and shipped him out. And today I'm getting messages now saying he thinks there's something wrong with it. Supposedly it ate a tape. So I'm just waiting to see what his next step is. Because all I will do is ask to go ahead and get a return. I do not let people keep their stuff if they say there's something wrong with it. I demand my item back before I give a refund. And yes, it's going to stink to have to pay $40 back. But, it is what it is. So we'll see how this plays out. If you have something that has an issue and you have the time, send them a message that says, you know, you realize that there is this issue. I've done that many, many times, and a lot of times they will cancel. And at that point, I let them cancel at buyer's request because, you know, I'm just doing my best to make sure my customer understands what they are receiving, especially when there is issues with it. All right. Another video down, and it's now time for me to get back to work. I'm going to keep plodding away at my pile over there of one touches and hopefully, you know, get it cleaned up and not do it again. That's what I got to tell myself. Don't do this again. I need to list it, donate it, discard it. Don't lay it back down. All right, y'all, get to work. Bye.